All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be doing the 55% showcase for the new Dokkanfest Super Baby 1. So, Baby finally gets his Dokkanfest after almost 11 years of this game, which is insane because I feel like Baby is such a popular character from the GT series that it blows my mind that he hasn't gotten a Dokkanfest before, right? We've got an LR for him, we've gotten a couple characters for him, but never a Dokkanfest. And now here he is. I'm hoping that he's going to be very good. So this is just his SSR art. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to awaken him. We'll go ahead. There he is. Dokkan awakened. 55% Baby. We'll make sure that he is good to go. And then we are going to jump into his showcase. All right, so we got Super Baby here on turn 1. So he does start off as Super Baby 1, right? Not Super Baby 2. So the reason for this is it allows him to link up with other Super Baby 2 giant ape units, like the LRAGL one, the IT one. It's a way, it's like a workaround in order to be able to link just like they did with the Tech Broly during the Worldwide Celebration last year, right? They start him off in base form and allow you to just transform with him right away. That way he's able to link up with the other same name Brolys. Now, as Super Baby 1, he's not really meant to do a whole lot, right? He's meant to be here for like a turn and then leave. So he's got Ki +2, attack and defense up by 250%. Great chance to dodge, guard, and Crota Body Mind category allies are going to get an extra attack up by 50%. Now that part of his passive right now won't get used as much because we're not running him on his team. The Crota Body Mind team is not that great right now, so we are not running him there. We're running with Omega's team, but we do have the Goku Black, so he is on Crota Body Mind, so that he will get that buff, which is good. When attacking with 12 more Ki, he gets another 250% attack and defense and a chance to dodge up by another 10% one time. So essentially giving him 80% chance to dodge. Starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn, or when there's another 3 or more Crota Body of Mind or GT Boss category allies on the same team are on the team, starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry turn. So again, as soon as he comes in, his 3rd turn, right? So once it hits 3 turns from his start, so right now it's gonna be turn 3 because he got him on turn 1. We do have 3 GT bosses, right? We got the 2 Omegas, we've got Sin, so he's gonna get that. So basically he's going to transform next turn. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put him in slot 1 because he does have that very high chance to dodge here. So we're hoping he will be able to utilize that and actually do it. So let's see, we're gonna do this. We'll have you attack here. Goku Black will attack there as well. And then I don't think we saved enough Ki for Sin, unfortunately, so he might not do too well back there, but we'll see. I just want to see if Baby can dodge, because Vegeta does stun with his super. Okay, good. That's what we wanted. So yes, I mean, he's got that very good chance that he's going to be dodging every time, which is what you want. He's there that first turn to dodge, kind of support, be able to link, and that's kind of his whole purpose here as Super Baby 1. Now once you get into Super Baby 2, that's where he's going to start being able to attack a lot more. His pass is going to be a lot more dense. He's going to have the stacking from his supers, so that's really what we want, and that's what we want to see. So that's what we got to try to get to, is getting him to Super Baby 2 and then his Giant 8 form as well. So we'll hope that Sin will survive here because we didn't really give him enough Ki spheres, really, in that setup. You know, we're kind of prioritizing Baby, we were prioritizing Goku Black, and then kind of Sin fell a little bit short here. Sorry, bro. And I imagine, yeah, I was like, imagine there's a super coming in right away. No dodge. You good? Yeah, you good. All right. Yeah, so now this turn, I mean, we're basically going to come back on the next turn when we have Super Baby 2, be able to see him transform and kind of like look at him a little bit more, because he's the one that we're worried about. He's the one that we want to see. So hopefully these guys will be fine to get us there. I imagine they will, but just in case, we'll see. We'll come back on the next turn. All right, so we got Super Baby 2 here now on this turn. So it looks like there is a super coming in right there. So Baby is actually able to see supers, which definitely helps us out. So let's look at his passive now as Super Baby 2. So Ki +3, attack and defense up by 250. A great chance to dodge, guard. Corroded by Mind category allies now get 60% attack, and he randomly changes key series of a certain type to STR. So he's keeping his dodge, he's keeping his guard, his support for his Corroded Body of Mind allies goes up by another 10%, and he's changing key spheres to help himself out to get more key, which is fantastic. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets attack and defense up by 250, and for one time, a chance to evade the enemy attack up by another 20% to bring it up to like a 90% chance to dodge right there, which is crazy. So he's going to have that basically for when that super comes in. When all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class, which they are, he can foresee enemy supers and he launches an additional super attack. So he's got a guaranteed super and he can see where those supers are coming in. So running him with a full extreme class team is imperative. That way he's able to see where that super is. You can get him in there to dodge, or you can make up whatever kind of like counter offensive you need to do there. When all allies attacking the same turn are Corroded Body of Mind characters, he's going to get a chance to crit and damage reduction up by 30%. So that's not going to happen here. We do have the Goku Black, which is good, but the Frieza is not Corroded Body of Mind, so he's not getting this part of his passive. Once this team kind of gets built up over the course of this celebration, which I imagine it will, we're probably going to see this more often. With 3 or more key spheres obtained, or if there's a superclass enemy when the character obtains a key sphere, attack up by 120% and chance from a crit up by 30%, which we're going to hit both of those most likely. So picking up 3 key spheres is usually typically pretty easy, and we are facing a superclass enemy, so that's already going to be activated no matter what. Then with 5 or more key spheres obtained, or if the enemy is a Earth-bred fighter, when you pick up a key sphere, you get another 120% attack and chance to crit up by another 30%. So Goku obviously is an Earth-bred fighter, so we are getting this as well, even if we don't pick up the 5 key spheres. So basically, with all this stuff in there, you could have another 30% damage reduction. You'd have basically 90% chance to crit, which is crazy for him, right? If you build out everything from his Corroded Body Mind team, superclass enemy, and Earth-bred fire enemy, or picking up those key spheres, he's going to look very, very good, fully built up. I have high hopes for this guy. 55%, I think he'll do decently well. I think once you get him like rainbowed, obviously, he'll do incredibly well. But let's see what we can do for him now here. So there's 5 key spheres. So we'll go ahead and pick these up. That way, I mean, we're going to get the boost anyway, because we are fighting a Goku. But we're going to do this anyway, just in case. So we'll go ahead and get that. We'll let you pick up those because you don't need too much key. And then Golden Freeze in the back there. Now, Super Baby 2 does have a giant form transformation. Good dodge. Which will help out the team a lot. Now, I don't believe that the stacks that he does here, right? Every time he does an attack, he is stacking attack and defense. So, which is going to make him incredible for very, very long fights. Now, I don't think when you go in his giant form, I don't think that transfers over, which is very unfortunate because that would hit like a freaking freight train. But he's going to be very good in this form once you kind of get him built up over time. And I'm thinking like Festival, right? You running him in Festival, and he's just going to be like absolutely crazy. By the time you get to, you know, if you're able to transform him pretty quick, you get him into this form, and then he's just going to be building up over and over and over and over again. Basically just like Broly. He's going to look pretty good. Now, we'll probably go ahead and skip the next turn so we can get back here again. That way we can go into his giant form, and we'll actually test it out. As long as we don't kill Goku here, which I don't believe we will, but it's very possible. We'll do that. We'll come on the next turn. We'll go Giant Ape, and we'll go ahead and look at him, look at what he does, and look at his active skill as well, because he does have an active skill as a Giant Ape. which is insane. Okay, so now here on this turn, we did end up actually killing the Goku with the other rotation, so we didn't get a chance to see the Great Ape there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use him here. He does have a KO screen, which if we do use him here, I don't think we'll be able to actually get, which is a little bit unfortunate, but, you know, we'll make sure we actually do get that in the video here, probably towards the end. But I do want to make sure that we do get a chance to see this Great Ape. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll keep another turn with Baby. We'll keep Baby here because I don't think there's anything that's going to happen here that would actually cause us to lose. Not with looking at our rotations here. I think Frieza should be fine because he's only on turn 4. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So you're going to boost up super bosses, which is good. And we need that. So we'll go ahead and we'll use your active. Drop that on him. So that's going to do a good chunk of damage for us. We'll keep Baby on rotation so that we'll be able to see him when we come back around. And we'll go ahead and pick up those. So we're not fighting a super class enemy, right? Super class enemy, Earthbred fighter, nothing like that. So we want to make sure that Baby does pick up at least 5 key spheres. So with him changing key spheres to STR, that does really help him out in being able to get that every time. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this. We'll do that. And Frieza should be fine up there, I would imagine. Unless I miscalculated. Pretty bad. We'll see. Yeah, no, he's good. He's going to be stunned, which is fine because Omega does stun. But another thing that why I would kind of look at this event too is that Omega does do the attack all, like that group attack. So it does kind of showcase Baby's ability to dodge a little bit more. Yep, see, there you go. He's dodging right now. So he didn't dodge this, so he's only at 70% chance to dodge right now because this is not his first turn as Super Baby 2. So he does lose that extra like 20% chance to dodge. But he does have guard, which is good. So guard does help out a little bit. Now, guard with no damage reduction doesn't typically do too much for you, but in this case, it does help out a little bit here. Yep, and then dodge. No dodge. Okay, but he's still fine. I mean, he's still good. There are situations, though, where if he doesn't dodge, he could definitely get you killed, I think. So you just have to be really careful with that. We're going to go ahead and try to cut to the next turn. Again, hopefully we don't kill him this time again so we can see the Great Ape and finish it off with the active skill is my intent. So let's try and get that in this video. Okay, so we purposely held back on the last turn so that way we could be able to see Baby in his giant ape form. So now he is locked in the back here. Now there is a strategy that I think could work to get him kind of out of that spot. So we're going to try it out. But first, we're going to go ahead and transform, but let's get that going and then we'll go ahead and do this.
Lord Baby, this is the Blutz Wave Amplifier. Right now!
All right, so now we have Giant Ape Baby going. He does have an active skill, which is insane for a giant form character to have an active skill. I think it's the first time ever. So if we remember, Sin was here, Golden Frieza was here, and Baby was here. So what I'm going to try to do is move this to see if maybe that helps us out when we come back. Remember, this is now where Baby was, right? He was in the back, now we put him up front. I don't want to use his active skill just yet because I want to see how his attacks are. We do get Baby for 2 turns, right? So we get the Great Ape Baby for 2 turns. So he's got attack up by 300%. He gets +1 key for every key he picks up and is guaranteed to crit. Now, I don't think his attack stats are going to be anything too crazy because once again, I do believe that after kind of like looking into it a little bit more, that the stacking you do as Super Baby 2 doesn't actually translate over to the Great Ape, which is unfortunate. But this, I mean, you can definitely use it to, you know, once Omega supers here, that's him supering for the turn. Like, he's not going to super when we come back from the Great Ape. It basically protects us. So we're going to do this. We're going to go here through this turn, kind of look at Baby's super attack here, which is actually pretty cool, I think, for the grade 8. Again, see, not doing that much damage because that's not really what these giant forms are for, which is a little weird to me because you think like these giant 8 characters are meant to just do out crazy damage, but that's not necessarily the case here, unfortunately. One thing I did forget to mention, so with transforming to grade 8 Baby, right, the fact we were able to do it so soon is that it's basically the next turn after he turns into Super Baby 2. Yep, so we got our second turn with him here. So we still got the active skill. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use it. Everything here should basically be the same, so we're just going to pop that active skill, look at it, see the damage it does, and it's not going to give us the KO screen, unfortunately, so we're going to have to do that in a separate fight, but I basically just want to see it right now. So we do have the animations going, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's watch this.
Suppose everything and liberate you to nothingness! Revenge Deathfall!
Yes, I mean 34 million with a crit. So, I mean, that active skill is very juiced up. So you look at it, raises attack by 1700% for the active. It's basically because, like I said, I don't believe that anything actually transfers over to him. So they have to kind of like juice that up a little bit more to make it a little, like any sort of effective, really. All right, let's go ahead and pick those up. So this will be the last turn as the giant ape, and then we'll basically go back into the rotation, and hopefully we'll finish with Omega. Really doesn't matter. We've kind of seen everything we want from Baby besides his KO screen. So basically we'll kind of go through this. I'll finish the rest of the fight, and we will try to get giant ape Baby's KO screen here in this video to kind of finish it off. And yeah, as you can see, us moving our guys around in there, it actually did. So Sin was up here, Frieza was here, and Baby was back here. So we actually moved them around to figure out our locking situation. So that is another little tip and trick you could use to kind of help you out. So keep that in mind.
Suppose everything and liberate you to nothingness! Revenge Deathfall!
And there it is, the nice, beautiful KO screen. I actually really like that. It's really quick, really simple, but it's actually really cool. So yeah, he does his active, blows him away, and then he gives out a evil laugh as the giant has a great ape, which is actually terrifying. That's actually a terrifying concept. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's all we wanted to see from Baby, right? He performed pretty well. If he doesn't dodge, he can probably get pretty caught up, but that's about it with him. You know, he's a good stacker. The giant transformation definitely saves the team if you need it. And then, yeah, I mean, overall, I think he's a very good character. I think he's gonna be very good. Now, 55% is obviously gonna look very different than a Rainbow 100% character in terms of like the stats and what he's doing. But as 55%, I think he's a pretty decent unit. All right, guys, that was our look at the new Dokkanfest Super Baby 1 that transformed to Super Baby 2 with a giant 8 transformation. Overall, at 55%, I think he's a pretty decent unit. He's got a lot of dodge in there, which is definitely really good. He's got the guard in case his dodge doesn't work. Some events that's not really going to matter. You know, if you take him in some of these harder events, if he doesn't dodge, he's probably going to get like obliterated, unless you've given him enough time to really stack up his attack and defense through his supers as Super Baby 2. But, you know, like I said, he's got the giant 8 transformation that can help your team out a little bit. You can have a free turn, basically, of no supers if you use that, right? Get a little bit of damage in on the enemy. But overall, I think he's going to be pretty good. I'm interested to see how he is fully rainbowed out. in terms of like his attack stats and everything like that. But as for right now, I'd have to say that I think he's pretty good. I think he's good. I think he's going to be even better. So, first Dokkanfest baby is here. Glad they didn't absolutely just shaft him with everything. I think he's fine. I think he's going to be good. So yeah, looking forward to using him a lot more in some of these events and seeing how he is at 100% as well. So, if you guys stuck around to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of the new Dokkanfest Super Baby and what your thoughts are on him. Did you guys end up summoning for him? Are you skipping him? Are you just using your free tickets? Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you!